Hey, Free Falcon here. Just going to do a little bit of gameplay and a market cap for where we're sitting now and where we need to be going moving into the next event. So just going to clear out my shop here real quick. And should have hit my... Yeah, we hit our bounty here. Grinding out some bounties, just trying to get that to rotate through some bags. And I like either crafting stuff or selling, so there we go, sell available items. That's good to go. And let's go ahead and queue up our crafting. Would like to finish this out. Let's go ahead and queue these up. And let's finish up these scrolls. And that'll give us time to get all of our stuff sold and kind of clear out our backlog of stuff that we got queued. I should have popped that first and seen. Druidic, let's see if it's in the market. Yeah, let's just buy these out real quick so we're not spending a lot of time messing with that at the moment. Alright, so we got that sold all out. We got one of our quests knocked out. We got some items and money. Alright, got us some gems. And let's offload some of our stuff here. Just drop it down by one. 196,799. 379,999. And let's see on this one, 27.99. So you can see that there's not a whole lot of this stuff going around 10x right now. So there we go, we got the wings. Those tend to go at 10x a lot. Yeah, let's just get rid of some of these. Four, 649. And let's see, do we have anything we just want to offload from here? Yeah, let's throw. Oh no, we need to keep one. Let's see if we can offload those. Oh, we already got one. Let's. No, I need to keep that on there. Let's see. I think we got our legendaries all posted. Let's throw some epics on here and see if we can get some of that offloaded. We'll just go for 2 on that. Alright. Get our quest queued up. We'll just drop them on whatever our lowest is. So I think that was 3, so that's 12. We got 6 left and 5 slots. Nice, got 2 keys. Alright, so let's see if we can get some of our lower quests knocked out. Run some solos here. See if they auto-complete any. Well, let's see. I think that, yeah, we only got 1 slot, so we'll throw them both on something. Alright. Here's there. We'll get this cleared up, and then we'll dive into our market recap. Alright, so let's come in here and let's look at where everything is sitting. So we'll start at 14. You can see the actual items are starting just below 18, so we're 50% over. So not horrible for resale. Let's go to our 13s. Looking at 8.5, so we're just a little over a mil, so these would be better overall. 3.17, so really close. Yeah, well, 3.8, so yeah, at least these are really close to value. Let's go to our 11s. 2.4, so we're getting a little further out. Well, that's not, well, that's a half mil. All right, 10s, 1.3, 1.6. Yeah, so still out of value there. So we are not in range of buying any of those, so let's move on from there. Now let's look at our 14s flawless. So we do have one to buy, but we are not really in range. There's not a whole lot of stuff sitting at or below the 50 or 50 range. Looks like we got some options getting up into going up to 55, but not a significant amount. So let's look at our greens. So, you know, looks like overall our greens were going to be substantially better money-wise. So might go and pick up some of these here. And we'll grab anything below 20 just to fill up. All right, now let's come back. Let's look at our 13s and we'll look at blues. So just a little over 4. That's just over 6 mil over, 7 mil over, 7.5 mil. So not quite as good. Let's look at our greens here. So just a little over a mil over, a little over a mil. So if you're at the point where you're needing to surcharge 13s, looks like we're pretty solid. All right, we'll look at 12s, which I think I prefer the 12s over the 13s. I think they're just more manageable for actually flipping. So if I was going to pick up some blues, I would probably go at 12 rather than 13, because the 13 surcharging for the blues is almost the exact same as the 14 if you have the decrease. So if you have your workers maxed out here, we got all this extra XP, but we also reduce the energy cost for surcharging by the 10%, which puts us in that range of where the 13s are just about as much as the 14s. Now let's see if we get anything good out of our 2 chests. Not really. Just hoping for some blueprints or something. Alright, so let's take a look at our enchantments. Let's see if there's anything worth building and flipping here. So 8.4, which isn't horrible, but I think you're below the 3x, so should be able to like kind of rotate these through, but I just don't think it's quite worth it. I like to keep it around like the 7.75 range to pick these up, so not overly good. Let's look at our 10s, which are here. So 3.3, I like to keep it around 2.5 on the purchase here, so it's not really probably worth picking up the opulent stuff right now. And then let's look at our 12s. They're all, looks like well over the 3x, so probably not worth picking those up. And let's look at the newer ones, which are of course over 3x as well. So unless you're just willing to spend for XP, it doesn't look like these are overly worth getting. All right, so let's look at our platinums. Maybe we want to pre-stock up on some platinums. All right, so 28 mil. So probably not bad. That's 56 on the plain 2x. So we got that, and then if you have enough of those charging up. So let's pick up a few of these. We'll jump up to 10 because once the market will stabilize out, and we'll be able to pick up some of those at a more reasonable price in the future to double enchant and get all of that up and running. We'll get these queued up. All right, so let's go in our inventory, look at our 14s. All right, so we got 10 of these. Yeah, we got 47 of those left, so we can get these. The problem is these were more affordable for a lot longer than those. So let's see, do we have any more? Yeah, we got some platinums here. Let's go to throw these on. So if they're double enchanted with the right ones, they sell just over 100 mil a pop. So gives a pretty good XP as well. So let's throw some random stuff on here. Whatever. 350. So yeah, that is value. It's not going to be the full value of what we have, but if we're going to be surcharging a common, we might as well enchant it out, right? All right, so it looks like that's all those. And there we go. All right, so we got this all queued up. Let's go ahead and sell out some more items. All right, and then the next thing, now that we kind of know where the market's sitting currently, we want to kind of figure out which way we want to go now coming up to the next event. So let's go ahead and open up our mailbox, and we can see Tower of Titans is coming in 12 hours and 28 minutes. So items are going to drop pretty drastically. So we want to make as much room as possible. So that's a lot of why I'm crafting these enchantments. Not only do I need to fill them, but I want to keep my crafting queues open, or operating, of course, because we want to maximize stuff out. But we don't want to be filling up our shelves any more than we absolutely have to, because we want to fill them out, because Tower is one of the best buying stages we can. So now would be a really good time to spend grinding out selling, and then offloading in the market. So let's see if we got any good stuff that we want to offload in market. Yeah, so these are over 2x. I like to try to at least get 3x on resale stuff if we can. Okay, so yeah, we got 30 of these puppies. Let's go ahead and offload those. 880 999. Yep, I did 28 instead of 38, so 3880999. All right, so hopefully those offload. We'll get rid of 30. Let's see where these plates are. Yeah, that's quite a bit above. So 1654999. And we're just trying to make room. Yeah, that's, wait a minute, showing at value. Let's see. Then these should be quite a bit. No, not really. I think our 9s and 10s still typically sell the best. Usually the unusual ones. So let's check these Cloudwalkers. Yep, there we go. 8117 999. Okay, let's look at our 10s, our unusuals. Let's see if the North Winds. Yep, there we go. 7155 999. All right, so yeah, we've got a pretty good amount that we're kind of offloading here. Let's get rid of these. Yeah. Let's focus more on offloading our stuff while it's at a high volume so we can rebuy. We're not going to spend any of our money at this point. Oops, I meant to go to 9. Let's look at our 9s. Let's pack checkout. There we go. So 3, 6, 2, 4, 9, 9, 9. And then looks like we got the fresh ones. Let's see if those, yeah, a little bit more. 4, 0, 0, 3, 9, 9, 9. All right, so hopefully these will offload while we're still playing, so you can see that those will rotate. So they're going to need, a lot of people are going to need those to fill requests, kind of like what we did earlier, where we bought like the T10 stuff. All right. And then we're also going to kind of mentally prep for what we want to do inside the shop additionally. So right now we're kind of built out for crafting, but we might want to look at expanding our storage and our energy threshold. So we're going to probably look at switching off of the crafting pretty heavily and looking into the resale as well, because we're going to be buying out once we get there. So if we're going to do that, we're going to go into our design and let's look at our basement. And so we got all these crafting things right here. So we want to keep our storage, obviously, but we're probably going to switch to a lot of enchanting, our fusions, and everything else moving forward. So we're not going to need all of this stuff here. We'll probably keep a few specific things to craft just specific items. Probably stuff that we need to finish out on our builds. So we'll look at what we need to craft and then we'll kind of build around that. So let's look at our unfinished stuff. I think these are the 4. Well, this will probably have, we'll keep running. We'll probably be through that before the event even happens. But the Elysiums, that's pretty high. That's pretty expensive, and that's pretty expensive as well. So, and we have different things. So we'll just kind of pick at random. We might finish out these Zeus blades. Or do we want to finish out one of our 14s? So we finally got to our 14s on the double weapons and the quivers there. So let's take a look at our market. Hopefully, let's go and cancel that out. Let's not so much worry about the legendaries because that's a single item. We need to look at more mass unloading here. All right, so hopefully that'll sell relatively quickly. And I just have a feeling this probably isn't going to sell. So let's not waste our time on that at the moment. And let's look at our 8s. See if our 8s are... that's a little more than 3x. Let's look at this one. A little over 2x. And yeah, that's quite a bit. So let's offload these greaves. 1, 8, 7, 2, 9, 9, 8. All right, so working on getting our mass mass stuff out. So we're closer down to 1,000. And we're not going to fill back up on the blues as of just this moment. Alright, looks like we got some of those, but we have all our quests filled up. Alright, so we got rid of those. And can't remember. Yeah, we're just a little over 2x. We'll keep it for now. Let's see the sugar snacks. Yeah, that's quite a bit over. It's almost 10x, so 102.97. Because once we get to the event, we'll be building up. So how the storage works is all of these have, oops, wrong one. Well, yeah, we can see here. So we can see that this has a 10 capacity. So every one of these that we have that are at the 11 or above is going to have a 10 capacity. Now the other shelves here, you can see they have 12. So that's why there's a lot more of the vertical racks and the mannequins, because they have 12 spots, while the shelves has less. Let's see. Yeah, the shelves have 9 and the tables only have 8, so, or 10. So the shelves are the least efficient and the tables are, actually, I always thought that these were the opposite, but yeah, the shelves are actually less efficient than the tables. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I actually never really realized that. So we're kind of leaving a couple of storage spaces extra if we switch those around, but I like having a variety of goods to choose from, so I don't think it overly matters. As long as we are able to get, no, that is not what I meant to do. There we go. Because I like having a large threshold of stuff to be able to throw in here. Let's throw in some of our low stuff so we can cycle through and burn through it. All right, looks like we need to do the Star Spangled Banner there. All right. I don't see any more sales. Oh, there we go, sell items, perfect. Yes, that is what we are trying to do, is burn through as much of that as we can. And we'll keep filling those, and we'll just throw in whatever stuff we can that makes the most amount of money. So we're almost down to 1,000. Really should start this earlier than now. 29.97. That way you're down lower already. You're not having to like offload this, because ideally I'd rather actually just sell all this stuff in the shop. Let's see, let's look at our 8s. Not too good. Let's look at our 11s, see if any of those. Nope. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's offload all these EverDesk. We'll go at 4, 1, 09999. Yep, so we did pick up some of the green 14s to flip, so those will work out fine. Let's see if, make sure we don't have any extra stuff we need to throw in. Try to keep the shelves as filled as possible. All right. And let's take a look over here what we got. Oh, we got all sorts of stuff to throw in there. Let's throw in our low stuff. And all right. Yeah, we don't have any of those. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do the Neptune over the sword for right now. Alright, so you can see we've actually built that down. We're down quite a bit more. And it looks like we've sold some more, so we still have this full thing. We'll come back here in a little bit. If stuff doesn't sell after a few minutes, we'll come back, readjust, and keep on our path there. And we're just essentially selling whatever we can. Anything we want to surcharge, we just kind of keep on the side and wait. And we're just building up our XP. So it takes a lot to get up on these higher levels. So it takes a lot of grinding. All right, so we went over where we are. We're offloading as much of our stuff that we can on the market and prepping to create room, because when we get to the tower, we are going to be getting a lot of items, and also because other people are going to be getting a lot of items, they are unable to offload them effectively. So a lot of stuff is a lot of our T10s, 11s, 12s are all going to be at or below value, so we can fill them up, and it's just basically XP and money fodder. We just use those and keep grinding out and surcharging out our better stuff. And if you are running the talent tree bartering, which I think is, I cannot see an argument that it is not the strongest path by far, because energy is just such a big deal. And then having stuff just auto surcharge, having a 10%. I don't think any of the rest of the stuff is quite worth it. I mean, this might be a one-off. I mean, it is kind of nice to get extra trophies, but I mean, like, doing like requesting or switching this is not that big of a deal. I used to be huge on this because you get a 20% boost, but the price of enchantments have gotten out of hand, so I switched off of this. I used to be able to get a lot of enchantments at 2x or well below 2x, and now you just can't. So it's just not worth it. I just don't think that this is worth the points either. Like, best case scenario, you have a 15%, he comes back and you make, like another 100 mil or something, but the other ones are just going to generate more than that. This is nice because you don't have to buy as much, but I just don't think it's worth the points. The trade slot capacity is actually interesting Actually, I do like having those and storage and reselling, because like instead of 80, you can like have 100, which I used to have on those reselling of stuff, and it's a big deal. I don't really understand the big deal of having like more of specific ones, unless you're just trying to offload very specific items. But I mean, I play pretty eclectic, and I just collect and build and sell everything, so I don't see a point where I'd want a specific type coming in more than the other. I think that would only be the only practical thing I can think of is, you know, like you're hyper fixating on swords, so you only want fighters, you want mages coming in because all you have available is swords. But even if that's the case, I mean, there's enough stuff to cycle through that it's just kind of a moot point, I think. But I kind of got off. So the questing is my other line that I go, and I'm getting pretty close there. But having that energy is super, super important. All right, so let's look back at our 8s. Now let's look at our, we'll go down and see where our 7s are sitting. All right, so we are 3x over on that. Let's take a look here. Nope. Yeah, so we're well over 3x on those. Over 2x, and then we got some blues there. So let's let's get rid of some of these. So 317998. All right, we'll burn through these. We need to get rid of those store scrolls anyways. Grab that, and then we'll load back up on those. All right, so I think we've covered most everything I was wanting to on this playthrough. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.